What secrets lurk along the mighty Mississippi? This ancient, powerful river, a lifeline for centuries, holds more than just water and sediment within its currents. It carries memories, echoes of the past, and stories that defy explanation. Imagine yourself, for a moment, drifting down this immense waterway under the cloak of a moonless night. The only sounds are the gentle lapping of water against your boat, the distant call of an owl, and perhaps something else. Something you can't quite place. Tonight, we're not just telling campfire tales. We're diving deep into documented accounts, chilling legends, and unexplained phenomena that have been reported by credible witnesses along the Mississippi. These are stories that have been passed down, whispered in hushed tones, tales of encounters that have left people shaken, questioning what they thought they knew about the world around them. We're going to explore the darkness that resides just beneath the surface, the spectral remnants and eerie occurrences that make this river a hotspot for the paranormal. Are you ready to confront the unknown? To hear the voices that echo from the riverbanks and see the shadows that dance on the water? We're peeling back the veil, investigating the most terrifying and inexplicable encounters tied to this legendary river. We want answers. We want to understand the raw, untamed energy that pulses through the Mississippi, an energy that sometimes manifests in ways that will haunt your dreams. Stay with us if you dare. For well over a century, riverboat captains, fishermen, and even casual onlookers have reported seeing it. A majestic, old-fashioned steamboat gliding silently through the fog or appearing suddenly on a clear night, only to vanish without a trace. It's often described with an eerie, ethereal glow, its paddle wheel turning without making a sound, no smoke billowing from its stacks. Some say they can hear faint, ghostly music, like a long-forgotten waltz, drifting across the water from its decks, or see spectral figures in period clothing, forever reliving their final journey. This isn't just one isolated sighting. The reports span generations up and down the river. The chill that accompanies these sightings is often the first warning. Witnesses speak of a sudden, unnatural drop in temperature, even on warm nights, a coldness that seeps into your bones just moments before the phantom vessel materializes. It moves with an unnerving grace, sometimes against the current, sometimes passing right through other boats or physical obstacles as if they weren't there. Attempts to hail it are met with silence. Attempts to approach it are futile. It either recedes into the mist or simply blinks out of existence, leaving behind nothing but disturbed water and a profound sense of unease. Could this be a residual haunting, the energy of a tragic event imprinted on the very fabric of the river? Many believe this spectral ship is the ghostly echo of a real steamboat that met a tragic end, perhaps a boiler explosion, a catastrophic fire, or a devastating collision that sent hundreds to a watery grave. The souls aboard, caught in a loop, are doomed to eternally replay their final voyage. The details vary from legend to legend, but the core sighting remains consistent: a silent, ghostly steamboat, a chilling reminder of the lives lost and the powerful, lingering energy that the Mississippi River can hold captive. We're talking about raw, emotional energy here, powerful enough to manifest visually. Near the historic bluffs of Vicksburg, Mississippi, a place already steeped in the sorrow and turmoil of the Civil War, another chilling legend persists. Locals and terrified visitors alike speak of hearing it, the blood-curdling scream of a woman, echoing through the dense woods that line the riverbanks, particularly on dark, oppressive nights. This isn't the cry of an animal, nor is it a sound that can be easily dismissed. It's described as a sound of pure anguish, of unbearable pain and terror, a scream that seems to carry the weight of an unspeakable tragedy across the dark waters of the Mississippi. The sound often begins as a low, mournful wail, almost like a lament, before building into a full-throated shriek that pierces the stillness of the night. Those who have heard it report an overwhelming sense of dread and sadness washing over them. Some have even claimed to feel an icy touch or see a fleeting spectral female figure near the area where the screams originate, often described as a woman in tattered, old-fashioned clothing, sometimes clutching at her chest or reaching out as if in desperate appeal. Search parties have been launched, investigations conducted, but no physical source for the screams has ever been found. The origins of this haunting are debated. Some say she was a woman who lost her lover or family during the siege of Vicksburg, her grief so profound it etched her spirit into the landscape. Others whisper darker tales of betrayal, murder, or a tragic accident along the treacherous riverbanks. Whatever her story, her pain is palpable, her cries a recurring torment for those unfortunate enough to be within earshot. This is an intelligent haunting, an entity seemingly trying to communicate its profound suffering, an energy desperately seeking something, perhaps peace, perhaps acknowledgement. The air grows heavy, the silence afterward deafening, leaving witnesses with an unforgettable sense of sorrow. The Mississippi is a source of livelihood for many, but sometimes it takes without warning, leaving behind only mystery and heartbreak. One such chilling tale, repeated in various forms in small river towns, is that of the disappearing fisherman. Picture this: a seasoned angler, someone who knows the river like the back of his hand, heads out for a day's catch, just like any other day. He tells his family he'll be back by dusk, his boat laden with fish. But dusk comes and goes, and he doesn't return. The worry sets in, a gnawing fear that grows with every passing hour of darkness. Search parties are organized. Boats comb the familiar stretches of water, their searchlights cutting through the inky blackness, voices calling out his name, hoping for a response against the relentless murmur of the river. Then they find it, his boat, drifting aimlessly, sometimes snagged in reeds or gently bumping against the riverbank. The fishing lines are still cast, bait intact, or perhaps a half-eaten sandwich and a thermos of cold coffee sit undisturbed. Everything appears normal, except for one crucial, terrifying detail. The fisherman himself is gone, vanished, without a trace. There are no signs of a struggle, no capsizing, no indication of what could have possibly happened. It's as if he was plucked from his boat by an unseen force. Theories abound, of course. A sudden medical episode, a rogue wave, an accidental fall overboard where the strong currents quickly pulled him under. But the sheer neatness of the scene, the boat often found in calm waters, perplexes investigators and fuels local legends of something more sinister, something otherworldly. Could it be a creature from the depths, or perhaps a more spectral abduction? The river keeps its secrets, and for the families left behind, the lack of answers is an enduring torment. Bridges, by their very nature, are transitional spaces, connecting one place to another. But some bridges, like the old Huey P. Long Bridge or other historic crossings near Baton Rouge, seem to be more than just steel and concrete. They feel like gateways to something else, something unsettling. For years, drivers and late-night travelers have reported a host of strange phenomena on and around these structures. Eerie, unexplained lights are a common report, orbs dancing over the railings, phantom headlights approaching that never materialize into a vehicle, or strange glows emanating from beneath the bridge itself. Then there are the shadowy figures, fleeting glimpses of human-shaped silhouettes standing by the roadside, or more terrifyingly, appearing to leap from the bridge only to vanish before hitting the water. Some witnesses describe an overwhelming feeling of being watched, a cold dread that settles in as they cross, even when no one else is visible. The air can become inexplicably heavy, and some have even reported their car radios crackling with static or cutting out completely as they traverse these haunted spans. These are not isolated incidents. They are recurring patterns of high strangeness. Local lore often attributes these hauntings to the tragic accidents and suicides that have inevitably occurred on such large structures over the decades. The souls of those who met untimely ends are said to be tethered to the place of their demise, replaying their final moments or attempting to interact with the living. Construction workers during the bridge's original erection also faced perilous conditions, and some stories suggest their spirits linger. The sheer amount of human emotion, fear, desperation, sorrow, concentrated in one area can create a powerful vortex of paranormal energy, making these bridges a focal point for unexplained encounters on the Mississippi. Further north, along the stretches of the Mississippi that carve through Missouri, whispers persist of the River Witch. She's not always described as overtly malevolent, but rather as a powerful, enigmatic figure, a guardian of the river's sanctity, who deals harshly with those who show it disrespect. Legends paint her as an old woman, sometimes seen poling a rickety raft in the mists of dawn or dusk, her face weathered like driftwood, her eyes as deep and dark as the river itself. She's said to possess an ancient knowledge of the river's currents, its secrets, and its moods. The stories of her power often revolve around curses and unexplained misfortune befalling those who pollute the waters, overfish, or mock the old traditions and superstitions tied to the river. A fisherman who boasts of his greed might find his nets inexplicably empty for weeks, or his boat plagued by sudden, inexplicable mechanical failures. A company that dumps waste into the river might suffer a string of disastrous accidents or financial ruin. These aren't grand, theatrical curses, but rather a slow, creeping series of unfortunate events that seem to defy logical explanation, always tracing back to an act of disrespect towards the mighty Mississippi. Some say she can control the weather locally, summoning sudden squalls or dense fogs to disorient those who have earned her ire. Others believe she communicates with the river's creatures, directing them to avoid or even harass transgressors. Is she a folktale created to encourage respect for nature, a cautionary legend passed down through generations? Or is there a genuine, sentient energy tied to the river, an elemental force that reacts to human behavior, personified in the chilling figure of the river witch? Those who live by the river and heed its unwritten rules tend to fare better, leaving offerings and speaking of her with a mixture of fear and reverence. The Mississippi River, with its immense power and deep history, clearly holds more than just water. It's a repository of human emotion, tragedy, and unexplained energy. The stories we've explored tonight are just a fraction of the chilling encounters reported along its vast expanse, from phantom steamboats to spectral cries and mysterious disappearances. These are not just tales to scare children. They are experiences that have left indelible marks on those who witnessed them, a testament to the thin veil between our world and something else. Next time you're near the Mississippi, whether you're crossing one of its many bridges, fishing its waters, or simply walking along its banks at twilight, keep your eyes open. You never know what you might encounter. The river has a way of revealing its secrets to those who are observant, and sometimes to those who are simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. The chill you feel might not just be the evening air. The ripple on the water might not just be the wind. What about you? Have you had a strange or unexplained experience on or near the Mississippi River? Do you know of local legends we haven't covered? Share your own river stories in the comments below. We want to hear them, because the more we share, the more we understand the profound and often terrifying mysteries that lie hidden within the heart of America's greatest river. Until next time, stay vigilant.